Hi, so I thought I'd film a quick little low-key video today. We are in this location, which is my desk. As you can see, I have a messy bed behind me. You are my computer, where I would normally sit to compute. And today, I just thought this would be the best position for me to show you something I've been wanting to show you for a while. It's my art journal. I started art journaling late last year, the beginning of this year, and it's kind of just a hobby kind of thing. Like I'm nowhere anywhere near like some hardcore people that art journal. I'm not particularly good at art, but it's an outlet for me to be creative, and I use a lot of like quotes and stuff, and I'm going to show it to you today. Yes. So this is my first art journal, which is currently my only art journal. I'm about to start a new one because this is now full. As you can see, it is full to the brim, like bulging at the seams, full. It also has, like if this was gone, it would bulk even further out. And this whole middle section, just the binding broke, and it just lifts right out there. But you know, stuff like that happens. I kind of like it. It makes it feel more organic, and not like it's perfect and stuff. I kind of like that. So today I'm going to go through with you page by page, but first thought I'd talk about some of the stuff I used and how I set it up. So this is a book from Kmart. It cost me like $3, and it's just like a normal notebook, like not even an art book, nothing. It's just a normal notebook. But for each page of the journal, like each of the journal pages, it's actually three of the notebook pages glued together. And I used gel medium at the start to do my gluing, and then I moved on to using paper gum, like proper like paper glue. And so yeah, that's the basis of the journal. Otherwise, I've used lots of different mediums like paper, paint. I use a lot of watercolor pencils, printouts, yep, all kinds of stuff, inks and things. So now let's go through page by page. So this page is done in paint and pen and printout. So this here is a printout. This is obviously a quote from Harry Potter, um, spoken by Dumbledore. Obviously, I think everyone knows where this is from. Um, and I wanted to start with this because I had it in my head for a long time when I was thinking about planning my art journal. And I really enjoy how it turned out. I did my own highlighting and things on the image, and obviously I painted it all the black. And I just really liked it. I think this is like one of the most simplistic but really gorgeous designs that I have in this art journal. It does have a bit of page tearing, like this talk here, when I tried to open it up after it had been closed for a while. But that happens, you'll see it quite a bit through. I haven't been able to figure out a way to stop that yet, so other than putting down greaseproof paper, which I have in some of them that were really sticky. Then next we have this page, which is The Hanging Tree, obviously the song from The Hunger Games, the Mockingjay movie. I did this just after the Mockingjay movie came out, so I began by doing the writing on the back, and then I painted over it with primer. I think I did to like make it less stark against the page. So I used like gesso, which is a canvas primer, and then I cut these out of colored paper, and they're stamped. And there's like 3 different tree stamps I used, and then this is an actual like piece of string that's glued in but free to hang. And I made the noose myself, which took me like so long to figure out how to actually like produce a noose, but I did it. Then we have this page where I was exploring with watercolors. This is done with a resist pattern where this main moon portion and the stars and things, like these stars here, some of the stars are done in white pen and some of the stars are done in wax resist. So this bit and the stars were done in wax resist. and I just used a candle. And then, so when you watercolor over it, the color doesn't stick to the candle wax. And then it says, "My thoughts, stars I cannot fathom into constellations," which is from the Fault in Our Stars. Then I have this page, which, as you can see, is falling out there. Is got greaseproof paper in it because these pages are really sticky. They're like, I've glazed them and everything. Like, I've done everything I can think of to make them not so sticky. But if I shut them on each other, they stick together no matter what I do. But so this is using newspaper clippings, and this is one of the songs from Taylor Swift's 1989 album. This is what's it called? I Know Places. So it says, "They got the cages, they got the boxes and guns. They are the hunters, we are the foxes, and we run." And I just really liked having fun cutting out all the little pieces of newspaper and putting them all together, and it was time consuming and long. And then we have this page here, which also sticks together so badly that I have greaseproof paper between it, but I just took it out just then. And as you can see here, the paint has like stuck to each other there, and I'm gonna have to find some time to get my hands on blue paint again. It's my mum's paint, to paint over that spot and try again. And this is from the book Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. And it says, "Once upon a time, an angel and a devil fell in love. It did not end well." And I have these, what's happening here? I have the horns from like a Giselle style animal-y thing, which makes sense if you've read the book, as to why the page is blue also makes sense if you've read the book. But I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to. Then I have this page, which is the start of my falling apart-ness, and this is also from Taylor Swift's 1989 album, which just dropped like as I was starting this journal. And this is from Wonderland, and it says, "And in the end, in Wonderland, we all went mad." Both went mad, sorry. And I was just experimenting with layering papers and things, and I really like this page. Then I have this page, which is really minimalist, and it has my favourite quote from The Fault in Our Stars, which is, "Last time I imagined myself as the kid, this time the skeleton." And I just like printed this off this leg bone, which is representative of The Fault in Our Stars, and I glued that in there, and then the writing, and that's all I did for this page. It is minimalist. It's probably not my favourite page, but I like how simple it is. Also, you don't have to be artsy for anything like that. What have I got next? I have this page. I'm not the biggest fan of, like, this page. I could have done a lot better, but I was trying to use limited resources, and it's essentially black art poetry, which is where you take a page of a book and you black out all but the words you want to use to make poetry. My biggest problem was I didn't want to like cut up any books that I actually like really enjoy, so I was using a copy I picked up super cheap of a book that its content matter didn't really match anything I wanted to talk about. So the actual like poetry that I wrote isn't that great. I'll hold it up, you can read it. I don't want to read it aloud because I'm not particularly proud of the poetry itself, but I like how it looks as a page. So I'm interested in exploring more of this kind of thing in the future if I can get my hands cheaply on some like page copies of stuff that'd be closer to what what kind of content I want to be making out of the poetry. Then I have this page. This is again from Taylor Swift's 1989 album. I think this is also from I Know Places. Yes, I had to sing it in my head, but yes, it is. And this is watercolor, and I printed this off the internet, and I like this one. I was just really obsessed with this album at the time, if you can't tell. This is a page where I was experimenting with black and white, and I used a lot of different patterned paper and also ink stamps and things like that. And it reminded me a lot of the book The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and so which is all like black and white is a big theme in the book. And so I added this red banner which says the circus arrives without warning to match that book. And I'm just in love with that book. Like, it is a beautiful book. And so, yeah, this is for that. Then I have this page because around that same time, I think a few months beforehand, something like that, Ed Sheeran's album came out. The new album came out. It's not new anymore, but you know, it was new at the time. This is one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs from that album. I really love that whole album. Um, and I study science and was doing a lot of anatomy and physiology at the time. And I really like this like heart and lungs picture. And so I found it and glued it in. And then I used the lyrics from um, Bloodstream by Ed Sheeran. And I thought it just worked well. I like it. I like this page a lot. Mainly because of the picture, because it is a gorgeous picture. I did not draw it. I cut it out and glued it in. Then I did this page. This was using a lot of patterned paper and like embellishments, so like these flower embellishments and this clock to make this like layout, I guess you could call it. I really like this. It was an experiment. I was also experimenting with like brown inks to try and get the like rustic effect around the edges, and I think it worked quite well. So this was like an experimental technique style page, but I really like it. I obviously printed out these writings. I can't write that pretty. It's a nice font though. I did a lot of searching to find that font. It's very pretty. And here again we have another page. This quote's also from Harry Potter, I think. Not all those who wander are lost. No, Tolkien. It's Lord of the Rings. Sorry, it is Lord of the Rings. But these are postcards, which were also on patterned paper I had, and I have the stamps and the ticket, like the feather stamps. And I was exploring with using these patterned papers. It's actually like 4 pieces of patterned paper that I put together. And I really, because they were like small pieces, so it like cuts somewhere like here. I really like this. This was cool. I liked working on this page. I really enjoyed it. It's nice. And then for this page, I was looking at different types of mediums. This was patterned paper, and then here we have a little manila file envelope, and this little card pops out. It's I was kind of looking at interactive style pages, like finding a way to have it more three dimensional, and like touchy feely. And also, this page has what they call what's it called modeling paste, and so there's these like three-dimensional bits here and here and here that are like stamped, like stenciled on, that like rise up off the paper, and I really like that. And then I have this page. This I was just playing around with. I picked up some gold paint for a costume I was working on. I like if I move this way, you can kind of see it in that corner there. I made a picture frame out of cardboard, and I was a moving portrait like the fat lady for a Harry Potter night. And so I had this gold paint that I was playing around with, and so I made this page. This gold paint stuck like all hell. So the middle I painted about 6 times because it kept getting stuck to each other, and you can see this bit over here has like done it again. I have paper to go between this page as well because it's just a pain in the butt. But yeah, so this isn't my favorite page or anything. It was just kind of experimenting, and I like it. And then we have this page. I wanted to do something to do with maps, and this is like a reverse map if the continents were ocean and the ocean was land. And I just really liked the look of it. And annoyingly, the page did not fit perfectly onto the page of the book, which annoyed me to no hell. So we had this like awkward edge style. But it says Wanderlust in stickers, and I really like this page. Then we have another page I did just for experimentation. This is using oil pastels of some kind. I just wanted to see how the colours worked and how I could draw with them. So that was this one. Then we have this page which used the gold paint again over a like picture of dragon scales, and it says, technically it's hard to see because of the shimmer on the gold, but the stickers along here say "Here be dragons." And I wanted to do something dragon related, and I liked the repetitive pattern of the scales, and so that's what happened with that one. this page, I was playing around with stamps and rub-ons and different textures and things. So this is patterned paper. This guy here is like a lifted up um, sticker that has like a raised bit and some embellishments. And these are rub-ons. So they like, you put them over your page and you rub and they go onto the paper. They're hard to explain, but it was a exploration of papers and things, just making something cool. No real meaning. I was just making something cool. And again with this page, I just really wanted purple, and then I was playing around with different black stamp patterns and stuff. And I went with this because it looked kind of lacy and things. Like a lot of the stamps were lacy, so it says Decadent Darlings. In this page, which is the other heart, like the other side of my losing the middle bit, this is the lyrics for what's it called? All Too Well by Taylor Swift from the Red album, which is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs ever. All the lyrics on loose sheets of paper, which I then crumpled up and glued in, because one of the lines is, "I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here." And I really liked this, except when I actually glued it down, the crumples on the paper, like they were super crumpled, but the glue kind of uncrumpled them a tad. So the effect didn't carry through as much as I wanted to, but it does, like, you can see the wear on the page if you're getting close. So I do like this, and these are some of my favorite lyrics of all time. Like, my favorite lyric from this is, what is it? Actually, I like nearly every lyric in this. The bridge, listen to the song, but the bridge at the end is probably my favorite, which has the I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here, and I remember it all too well. But that, the whole song, the lyric is just beautiful. Then these last, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last pages are all based around the film and Broadway show Hedwig. I got really, Hedwig and the Angry Inch. I got super obsessed with it. I'm still obsessed with it, but I've come down from my high a little bit. But I got super into it. I watched the movie like 5 times. I listened to the soundtrack like repetitively. I still do. I have yet to find the next album that I keep turning to. So at the moment when I don't know what to listen to, I listen to the soundtrack to Hedwig and the Angry Inch. And these last 5 pages are all based around song lyrics from that. So I'll show you them quickly. So we have this. This is one of my favorite lyrics from the song, I'm losing my pages. Midnight Radio. I was looking at fonts and different ways I could use at making fonts for my own handwriting. And so this says, breathe, feel, love, give, free. Know in your soul like your blood knows the way from your heart to your brain, knows that you're whole. And I just really love that lyric. Like, it's very powerful. And that whole song is super powerful. I love it. Then we have this page, which is from the song Origin of Love. And this image in the center, this like yin yang face, is like an overarching motif in the film. And it says, but I could swear by your expression that the pain down in your soul was the same as the one down in mine. That's the pain that cuts a straight line down through the heart. We call it love. And that's one of the lyrics from Origin of Love, which is probably one of my favorite songs. Like, it's just gorgeous and so well done. And it's probably the song that you could go listen to like right now without having any idea of what the movie is really about or needing to see it for the context, because it kind of sits out, like it's thematically related to the film but isn't integral to plot, and it's just gorgeous. It is a gorgeous piece of work. I recommend finding the film version more than the Broadway soundtrack version, because I think John Cameron Mitchell does it better justice than Neil Patrick Harris. But gorgeous. And then we have this page, which is from the song Wicked Little Town, and it says, the fates are vicious and they're cruel. You learn too late, you've used 2 wishes like a fool, and if you've got no other choice, you know you can follow my voice through the dark turns and noise of this wicked little town. Again, Wicked Little Town is another song, and it's Reprise, that I absolutely love. I like every song on this album, but I love some more than others, and This one's one of those ones that I love, and I wanted to use this printed paper houses, and I was just trying to figure out how to use them, and then this happened because I was obsessed. Um, um, and then there's this one, which is from the reprise of Wicked Little Town, and this silver cross is a motif. This is actually done in like watercolor grey pencil, and I smudged it with my fingers because in the film, Hedwig draws on Tommy Gnosis, who's the love interest, a silver cross on his forehead, and that's like his thing um, that they share. And it says, "And there's no mystical design, no cosmic lover preassigned," which is like a big idea of the film, and I really, really like it. Yes, I love that lyric. It's so good. And then finally, we have this page. This is a well known motif from the film. Um, they call it the Shroud of Hedwig. Um, and I did that using watercolor pencil and did it off I found a reference photo and made that. It's not perfect, but it's very similar. It's supposed to be the makeup that she takes off her face with the cloth and she throws it at Tommy. And this is the entire lyrics to the song "The Long Grift," which I really love. I won't read them all out, but it's just so good. Like, it's really well done. Um, it's just a good song. It's just a good song. It's probably not my favorite. Original Love and Midnight Radio are probably my favorite, but The Long Grift is one of the ones that are right up there. It's really good. The other song that I would include, but is a little bit raunchy for my art journal, I feel, it's Sugar Daddy, and great song, but there's nothing I wanted to put it to in this art journal. But yes, that's the last page. Obviously, there's no more after that. That is the end of the book. And so, yeah. That is my art journal. I hope you liked it. This was just a quick flick through. I hope you get inspired because art journaling is really fun, even for people who aren't artsy. I'm not artsy, but I really enjoyed using patterned paper and easy like pencils and things to make easy patterns and stuff and quotes and things, and I really enjoyed doing this. It was a lot of fun. So yes, I definitely recommend. You can do it really cheaply too. You can just pick up some craft glue, some patterned paper, which you can get super cheap. I know there's expensive patterned paper, but there's also like $2 patterned paper. I used both kinds because I decided to splurge at one point and have a lot of patterned paper just behind me to keep using. I picked up my watercolor pencils for like $10 at Kmart. And paints can be real cheap too if you get them from the right places. So yeah, I definitely recommend giving something like this a go. I have no artistic bone in my body, but I managed to make this, and I'm very proud of it. So thanks for watching. I will see you soon with another book related video. Thanks and bye. Oh, if you do your own art journals, film something similar like a flick through or something and link me because I would be totally down for that. Thanks. Bye.